I teach like investing in self-storage. I teach in 4 stages. Onboarding is everything that you need to do in order to take payments on the first day or week that you own that facility, right? Let's get into the stages. I teach like investing in self-storage. I teach in 4 stages. So let's get into that. And so you guys have this as well. So the 4 stages are, so stage 1, right, is to get a facility under contract. Which is probably where everybody's at right now. You all want to get a facility under contract. Does anybody here own a storage facility? Or does anybody here that's listening have a facility under contract? If you have one, then post it into the chat so I know. Where is it? Tell us about it so we have an idea. All right. And then you have stage 2, which is once you get it under contract, then you have to fund it, right? And you have to onboard it. Right. And so this is, this is stage 2. And then once and onboarding just means like onboarding is everything that you need to do in order to take payments on the first day or week that you own that facility, right? The longer that it takes you to be able to take payments, the longer it takes for you to get money, right? And the whole purpose of owning a storage facility is to get that income coming in so that you have enough money to, pay your mortgage or whatever you have to do. So for instance, like we closed on a facility, like maybe a month ago now, and like our first mortgage is due. I got an SBA loan. And so our mortgage is coming up and due, and our mortgage is like $18,000 a month. Right. So like, in our minds, the question is, how are we able to make enough money every single month to pay that mortgage, right, on top of everything else that we need to do? You set all that up through the onboarding phase, right? You don't want to like wait till closing and then be like, okay, crap, now how do I get everything all set up? Okay. So we'll talk about that a little bit today because that's part of management. And then stage 3 is now you own the facility. This is where you've closed on it, right? That's your goal. This is where your goal is to get it under contract, right? So this is like, finding them. You're going to find it, right? And then you get it under contract. And then the goal here, is like transfer ownership. Right. So now you own this facility. Now what do? Right. What are all the things that you have to do within the first like 90 to 120 days of owning a storage facility? What do you have to do? And really, basically, this stage right here is just chasing tenants. Right? Unless you buy a facility that's like, either abandoned or it's a new facility that needs to be leased up, or it's only, if it's only 20% full, or like we're in the process of buying a facility right now and it's like 25% full. So obviously chasing tenants you're not going to be chasing a lot of tenants. You're going to be doing the lease up phase, right? That comes into stage 4. It's a little bigger here. And that's stage 4, which is like automations, systems, right? Okay, and so this is kind of how it goes. This is how it is, all right? And so like, let's just talk about, we'll talk about stages. Now notice in all 4 stages, stage 1 is finding it, right? Everybody right now is just thinking like, how do I find these things? How do I get them under contract? And that's really just one part of like the whole equation. One part of like a bigger picture. The truth is that when you buy a storage facility, the bulk of what you're going to be doing is under management, right? And most people, I'm going to tell you, most people do not even consider management as part of the process of like owning a storage facility. But the truth is that when you buy a storage facility, you become an asset manager. And the better that you can manage that facility, the more money you're going to make. If you are not good at managing the facility, then you are not going to make as much money as you could. Because I'm in the process right now of going through liquidations. I'm selling 3 of my facilities. And my facilities for all 3 of those are around 80% full. Right? I'm not at the 90% mark. I'm at the 80% mark. And when a lender, because basically what I'm doing is trying to get lenders to fund the deal for my buyers, right? And when I talk to my lenders, essentially all they care about is occupancy and rental rates. That's it. They don't care how much curb appeal you have. They don't care whether or not it's gated or not gated. They don't even care about any of that. All they care about is how much money is that facility making, and that's it. I'm telling you, that's it. Now, we'll get an appraisal to go out, so we want to make sure it looks okay. But, curb appeal is not a big factor going into the lenders, like going in. It might be a big factor, maybe getting customers to come in a little bit, but it's not a big factor in lenders' perceptions. Okay. So, so you want to be very, very good at preparing for closing and being ready so that on day 1 or in that first week, you are ready to take payments. Right. And then you want to also, going further, how long is it going to take you to get a hold of the tenants and get them into your system? Hey everybody, this is Stacy here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am here to teach you how to get your foot into this industry. You're watching this video because you want to learn how to get started in self-storage investing, or maybe you own facilities and you want to be a better manager, a better owner. That is what I do, is I teach people how to do that. So please like this video and also subscribe, hit the subscribe button, because that's what YouTube wants. So in order for me to get out the word on how to get started in this industry, I really need your help. Again, I appreciate you listening to me, and I'm here to help you on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.